Good afternoon. It's August the 15th, 2017. Time to recap our trading today. In the markets that we cover, hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representations being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Okay, we came in this morning, wanted to sell 74s, 76s. That was our number one level. Now, actually, starting out this morning, our 73, 75 was where it was, so we basically did that. Okay, the market can't get through 70 right here, so this is our number one level. So we had a 64, 66 buy this morning. Buy one, and we had a 60, 62 buy, and you could have been long at 62 for buy two. So just knowing where the market opens up, and this is our number one level right here, we're not really too interested in this level. I mean, we'll take a trade if it sets up and does it, but this is the level that we're really interested in. Now, the market didn't give us much off of this. You could have been long at 62 right here on a retest failure. And then the market has essentially gone sideways since then. So again, remember that most of the time the market is sideways, a little higher, a little bit lower, and that's what makes our number two price levels very important. Our number one levels, if the market is moving directionally, number ones are about the best you can hope to get into the market with the trend. And that's why we put them up there, but we're really interested in our buy twos and our sell twos over that. Okay, first trade was here. That's before the market opened. If you passed on that one, this was a trade that fit all of our criteria. That was plus. Here's a retest failure trade that you may have made 2 to 3 on a 2 lot. Market just doesn't do anything in here. So the E-mini today was not a very productive market for us, and that's often the case. We just don't get, and if you miss that first trade in the day, you could have missed the whole day just sitting there working for a tick or two, maybe 4 ticks on a trade. Okay, move out of the middle. I get it on the right contract. Higher low, higher high from yesterday. Market's trying to trade higher, having trouble at 75. This screen says find a place to buy it. F2. Pretty square, perhaps a move out of the middle. Now M or L period is where you expect the move to start. So there's an L split. And this trade could have some legs on it coming out of the middle like that. So if you take a look at today's news, yes, it wasn't uniformly strong, but from a headline basis, all the news today went in the favor of the indexes, favors higher prices. So we did find buyers at our 60-62 level. This two-little ledge right here held, and right now it looks like we're going to close it strong or at the upper end of the range. Tomorrow's news, housing starts and permits. Starts plus 1.225 and permits plus 1.246 because the economy is not expanding at 3%, 3.5%. The focus will be on starts. Houses actually built. Then we've got crude inventories, we've got the APIs tonight, and then the FOMC minutes. And they'll look for hints or nuances about how strong the U.S. economy is. So we'll have the APIs tonight. We'll get a good feel for crude, and we'll pick it up from there. If the market were to close right now, we'd be selling 69.71s. Let them get stops above today's day session high and back to 74.76 for sell 2. On the buy side, 60.62 where we were this morning, and 55.57 buy 2. Looking at the note, lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. F2. It is lower. It's a P put in backwards, so somebody covered their shorts today. The news was all bad for treasuries today. So market is pointed lower. Got a pretty clean break in the market at 126.08 to 12. So if the market were to close right here, we're selling 7s to 11s and 15s to 19s. On the buy side, we're buying 29s to 01 and 21s to 25s. Working with a fellow today a little bit, and phone call anyway. Don't know if you call it working with him. And he can't take trades because that he knows he should be taking because of this has happened before, that has happened before, this could happen, this might happen. And I asked him if he was too smart to be trading, and he didn't really appreciate what I was saying. Is that, you know, you really do have to boil this thing down to 3 to 5 things that you will act upon. And then when the market's set up, you have to take the trades. And we don't know which trades are going to work or not work until the trade's done. And we don't know where we should have gotten out of the trade until the market is over. And we don't know how much money we're going to leave on the table until the trade is over. But we do know we're going to leave money on the table. Again, you have to be realistic. You have to take the trades that your methodology says you should take, and if you can do that, and you have a good methodology, and we do, then you're going to be fine. But I can't help what's happened to you before and how you've been conditioned before, and I can't make you take the trades. That's something that you have to do yourself, and you're going to find at the end of the day, well, I didn't take this trade because of that, or I didn't take that. I did take this one before. That if you know, when you're in that kind of mind frame right there, state of mind, you'll take the trades that everybody else sees. You will not take the other trades that fewer people see because they're very uncomfortable to take. And you got to work towards taking those trades that fewer people see, and then don't be selective, just put them on and see what happens, and that's hard to do. And there's a couple little truisms. You don't want to be selling into the hole if it's the third impulse down. You don't want to be taking the third S or B because the bloom probably or could be off the rows. There's little things like that that can keep you out of trades that have lower potential. Okay, gold, lower high, lower low. And got a P put in backwards, so somebody was covering their shorts against 1270. So last rotate down stopped at 75, so 73, 75 by 1. And this morning we had a 73.75 buy. We caught that one pretty well. We had an 80 to 82 sell. We caught that pretty well. We caught both sides of the gold market today. 69.71 buy 2. On the upside, 79.81 sell 1. 84.86 sell 2. Thought I just did the ZB, Nancy. I had 16 to 20 number 1, 23.27 sell 1, 31.03 sell 2. On the buy side, 4 to 8 number 1, buy 1, 29 to 01, buy 2, 17 to 21. I may not have done it, but I mean, at least I wrote down the numbers where I was. Why is that not the bond? You're looking at gold right now. I've already moved on to gold. All right, I'll go back and drum on the deal, but I've already done them, I believe. But we'll see if I did or I didn't. Yeah, I think I did them. 16 to 20 number 1, 23.27 sell 1. 31 to 03 sell 2. My inclination is to be short. Wonder where that split came from. On the buy side, maybe I didn't do them. Don't know. I thought I did them because I did the splits, but I could be wrong. Let me know when you have the numbers. Thanks, Mike. Sometimes I miss them. Okay, crude oil, again, it's a sell at 50, and it's probably a buy at 45, and we're kind of right in the middle right here, right top end of the range. So lower high, lower low. No one's fallen over themselves to get short, but the F1 says find a place to sell it, and the fundamentals favor a short sell. And looking at our very, very square profile right here, volume is lower in the distribution, so maybe a little bit higher in London. Sell 75s to the buck, 25 to 50. On the buy side, 47 even, 47 and a quarter buy 1. We thought we could stop below 47, did not quite make it. Stopped at what, 02? And then 46.50, 46.75. We have the APIs tonight. The market's playing for a neutral number, from what I can tell. Okay, the euro. I don't, the euro's getting whipped around. I don't have a good feel for the fundamentals on the euro right now, which probably is not a bad thing. I know that Mario would like for it to sell. So lower high, lower low. Maybe this is the trade right there. That sort of split. So we have a seller now at 118. The seller was at 118. We got a pretty clean break at 116.50 right here. So F1 says find a place to sell it. And F2 we have a P put in backwards, so we have short covering down here. So it looks like we probably have a buyer at 117.25. And if you add 100 ticks to that, you'd have a seller at 118.25. So 65 to 75 is where resistance is sell 1. Then 118 even, sell 2. 117.25 buy 1. 117 even buy 2. That does it for this August the 15th, 2017. I'll see y'all bright and early in the morning. Y'all have a great evening.